But I said to this big trucker, he said, sir, I've been buying trucks my whole damn life. He's a rough guy, smart guy. He said, I got thousands of them. I've been buying them for 50 years, and every single year they got better. They got more efficient, they got bigger, they got stronger. I build apartments in my trucks now for the drivers. I said, what's an apartment? That's on the cab, they put this in. And sir, I know you like luxury, but you wouldn't mind living in one of these. I said, maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. I mean, it doesn't sound too appealing, but I said, so what's the problem? He said, so I noticed one thing. For 50 years, every single year, one thing happened. They got better. They got stronger. They got more efficient. They got faster. They could carry any load. If we went to this standard, we'd go back beyond 50 years. They wouldn't go as far as a truck from 50 years ago. It would be too heavy and have all the other problems. He said, we'd be going backwards. We'd be taking a trucking industry, would be starting all over, but actually it would be worse because it was better 50 years ago than. So I said, what are you going to do if I don't win this election? This was before the election. He said, you don't win the election, I'm going to close up my business because I'm not going to lose he said, I'm not going to lose my ass. I know exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be a catastrophe. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard. They're making you buy stuff that doesn't work. It's no good. It doesn't work. And I'm all for electric. If you want to buy electric, you can buy electric. Cars are great. If you buy the right ones, cars are great. And you should be given the option, buy the electric car, buy a gasoline-powered car, buy a hybrid. Probably not hydrogen, because hydrogen has a tendency that when it blows up, you're gonzo. It's over. They find you 75 yards down the road, you know. Where is he? Well, I think that's him, but I'm not sure. So, you know, they said, we think we can solve the problem. I said, that's not good enough when they think. No, it sounds like it's quite severe. If it doesn't work, Steve, it'll work most of the time, but if it doesn't, it's over. It'll make your accident look like peanuts compared. You wouldn't be around, I'll tell you, because it's pretty bad. But some people like it. I don't know. Let's see what happens. But I would say it's off to a bad start. But because of the size of California's population and the fact that 17 other states follow California, that's the problem. 17 other states follow California.
Hannibal, they're also $800 million in debt, but that's a whole other conversation.
For a lot of things. This is just cars. But
hey, Anthony.
They have a lot of them for other things. But
I can't translate that, but appreciate you being here.
California car standards. And this horrible scheme would effectively abolish the internal combustion engine, which most people prefer. Like so far, I'd say about 90%. In fact, General Motors announced yesterday they're going to spend about $6 billion on, because of tariffs and maybe because of my election on November 5th. But because of tariffs, I think, more than anything, they're all coming back. They're coming back from other countries that took them 25, 30 years ago. They're all coming back. We have now almost $15 trillion. They had almost nothing last year, and the year before, they've very, very little. Nobody wanted to be back here. Nobody wanted to come to our country anymore because we were like stupid people. We looked like stupid people. We were laughed at all over the world. Now we're not laughed at anymore, I can tell you that.
Yeah, Hannibal, they have an $800 million budget shortfall in California.
Domestic supply chains and literally grind civilization to a halt. We would have gone so far back. It's hard to believe, actually. Hard to believe when you don't have enough electricity to give a person a little air conditioning in the summer, and now they want you to take electricity and fire up all these cars. But we're not going to let that happen. Meanwhile, all of the auto jobs.
Hold on, I'll just pause this briefly just to get it over here so y'all can see it. I was wrong. California actually has a $12 billion budget shortfall projected this year. So it's not $800 million. I know someone in the chat said they passed Japan for fourth largest economy, right? But their state assembly, the state of California right now, has a budget shortfall of $12 billion. I thought it was $800 million. Maybe $800 million was last year. It's $12 billion right now. So that means that they need to reprioritize what's happening in the state on top of the fire, on top of the riots and protests, on top of everything there to make sure education, elderly, police, fire, local governments, and that's why you have some conservative cities actually taking over in California right now because they don't like the way it's going. So every fire that's happening whatever's happening there is not really helpful to the whole narrative. But I want to share that. Let's get back to President Trump. I just want to at least clarify the narrative about, they have a large economy. Yes, their economy may be better than Japan's, right? However, they're in some debt over there, okay? So let's get back to Trump.
Jobs would be shipped to China because they're very strong on electric, and it lives off an estimated 200,000 American auto workers would be destroyed. It's one of the reasons I did so well with the United Auto Workers. And now I'm really doing well with them.
Now look at GDP. I'll pull up GDP next.
Republican ever got any numbers like I got in the Teamsters.
People want to have conversations. All right, cool. How
I
want you to look up GDP on your train?
Because I produce jobs. They know that. Everybody knew that. The auto workers knew better than anybody how good the tariffs were. And the head of the autobreakers, I don't know him at all, but
respectfully, because it was asked in the chat, and I'll respect the chat. I respect the chat. The GDP is 4.1 trillion, right? So even though they have a global impact for the global domestic product of 4.1 trillion, when it comes to actual services that they're providing the citizens in the state of California, on top of illegal immigration, on top of fires, on top of Hollywood, on top of entertainment tax credits, on top of education, roads, healthcare, they're $12 billion short. So even though they have a great GDP, they don't have the money right now to pay for the services. Right now, they need a lot of it from the federal government, a lot of it from other areas, but also Gavin Newsom plans on suing the president. So guess what? He's going to prioritize having money for their lawyers to sue the federal government while also having to deal with prioritizing the basic needs and essentials that they need in California. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you. On top of the billion homeless. Yeah, nothing for the homeless. So let's get back to President Trump. I respect the chat. The chat respects me, hopefully. Like and subscribe. Let's get back to the president.
He didn't like me at all. Now he's going around saying, this guy's unbelievable. He was very nice to me the last few months. During the campaign, no, but if I've proven, I've proven it. I've done what I said I was going to do, and we've brought back tremendous numbers of jobs. And you're having auto plants built all over the country, all over. There's never seen anything like that. They're leaving from Mexico. They're leaving from Canada. They're leaving from other parts of the world. If they want a Mercedes-Benz, you're going to have it made here. It's okay to have a Mercedes, but they're going to make it here. Otherwise, they're going to pay a very big tariff. They already are. That's one of the reasons we have $88 billion. It's a lot of money.
I got to find the city. Hold on.
We're going to be making it in another few months. They haven't even kicked in yet. But we're not going to let any of these bad things happen, these stupid projections that I've been reading about for the last 6 months. I think these people are either corrupt or really dumb. And they're supposed to be economists. In the campaign, I promised to end this disaster, and today our Republican majorities in Congress have delivered. And I don't know, I can't imagine. It's so obvious. It's so good. Did we get any Democrat votes? Did we get one? Two? Who?
I'm trying to find the city. I read the article. I'm going to get to that question about which city or county the Republicans are taking over. But let's get back to the president for now.
That is
I'm going to find it, though.
One in the Senate.
Appreciate y'all tapping in.
On something that's so good. But who is the one? Well, I shouldn't have asked.
Compared to any red states.
I congratulate her. I don't care. I think it's...
Real quick, I'm reading through some of the chat, and I just want y'all to know how some of the... I understand a lot of people go off GDP, right? If that's for... Think about it. If that's... Let's say that's $4 trillion tax money coming in, right? Hypothetical numbers. Because it's not all tax money coming in, right? If it's $4 trillion tax money coming in, and there's still $12 billion in debt, that's not good business. Let's leave it there. What I get is a lot of times, and I'm a Democrat, so don't get it twisted. I'm a Democrat. I'm not a black Republican. I'm a Democrat. I elect Democrats. I work with Democrats, but I'm also a lobbyist in the great state of Florida, so I'm bipartisan. Not bisexual, bipartisan. But the point that I'm saying is, You have to have the money to pay for it. So even if you had $4 trillion coming in of cash and you're $12 billion in the hole, that means that you didn't prioritize what's out there. So somebody said, oh, that doesn't mean anything. It means everything. It means everything when you're prioritizing the issues that you have in your state. Because when your nonprofits are going to the state to get funding or get help or whatever it may be, the state don't have the money for you.